Hello and what is up, YouTube? My name is G3 Iron and we are 16 days, 22 hours, 55 minutes, and 52 seconds away from Path of Exile Legion dropping. Legion is going to be our summer league that we will be getting to participate in and play. I haven't checked out the trailer yet, haven't read any of the details. That's what we're doing right here, right now, live. If at any point in time you'd like to jump ahead to any of the sections that we will be chatting about, there are timestamps that are placed directly above my slightly balding forehead. And if at any point in time you'd like to reference or jump to any of the particular things that we're looking at or reading or citing today, there are hot links down below in the video description. Of course, your feedback, your excitement, your hype is always welcome right here on the channel. You can leave us a comment down below. Without further ado, let's jump right into the trailer for Path of Exile Legion.
In the heat of battle, a single moment may fill an eternity.
Good music.
And in the blink of an eye, an eternity passes, and the battle is won or lost.
It's got like some Breach vibe to it. Dare I say, a fun mechanic with pack size unlimited. Oh man, the ground slam. It's back, boys! Cyclone! Cycloners unite! Oh goodness, tectonic slam.
We know only that we must. We are the damned. We are Legion.
That looks like a new boss. It's intense. Some new animations going on. It's a good looking trailer. They've gotten better at making trailers. Every league they get better. I got goosebumps.
In the Legion League, you'll discover timeless monoliths. When activated, they reveal a frozen battle between two armies from Rayclast's past. Break open the monsters and chests with the most valuable rewards before the time runs out. Be careful which monsters you free, as the most rewarding are also the most dangerous.
So we break them open and we fight a battle.
Journey to the domain of timeless conflict, where the eternal battle between the legions and their generals rages.
Path of Exile Legion also contains an extensive rework of melee combat. We've made all movement skills start instantly, added animation cancelling, made all skills draw their ranges correctly, changed all melee skills to be able to hit multiple adjacent enemies, and fixed up damage timing, ranges, and shapes across all attacks.
Oh!
Speed movement and defensive skills now let you respond to incoming attacks effectively. We've also overhauled the animation system to support chaining attacks together and better attack signaling. And we've also improved targeting, attack queuing, and hit feedback. In addition, we've extensively rebalanced all melee skills, melee ascendancy classes, added more defensive options for melee, removed the cap on chance to hit, and have made mechanical changes to certain skills like Cyclone, which is now a channeled skill. With all the melee combat improvements, we wanted players to be able to respond to monster attacks more easily. So we decided to rebalance many older monster skills, improving their signaling and giving the player the ability to dodge their attacks. You can check out Path of Exile Legion on June the 7th.
June 7th, there we go. Alright, there we go. There it is. June 7th, 2019. pathofexile.com/Legion. Alright. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so first off, they've gotten better at making trailers. I've got goosebumps. They've gotten better at making music. The music is just on point. The voice acting sounded on point. Animation canceling and faster response from movement skills, and it looked like there was smoothness of animation chaining attacks together. Is that what I heard Jonathan saying? I heard both Chris and Jonathan's voice in there. That is amazing. Okay, so here we go. Let's dive into the spoiler page. Path of Exile Legion, trapped for thousands of years in the domain of timeless conflict, the mightiest military leaders of Rayclast's history have been fighting an eternal war. In Path of Exile Legion, You will free their legions from the endless battle and defeat them in combat to earn their valuable rewards. Path of Exile's June expansion contains the Legion Challenge League, new items, new gems, a game-wide overhaul of melee combat, and much, much more. Wow, this is huge. This already has a huge feeling to it. Okay. Timeless Monoliths. As you explore Ray class in the Legion League, you'll discover monoliths. Tag these to reveal an ancient conflict between multiple legions, frozen in time. Untether monsters by dealing damage to them, but be prepared to fight those monsters when the effect of the monolith wears off. As certain monsters are powerful and drop valuable items, Legion grants you full control over risk and reward, which is exactly what we've all been clamoring for. So let's take a look here at a couple of these photos. This looks great. Can anybody identify anything in the photo? Here, I'll try to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so we've got something stacking up here in the top left 11 times. We've got maybe Herald of Purity up there, as well as, of course, a Fortify buff, and then maybe another buff in the top left. We've got Taste of Hate, Cinder Swallow, right? And then we've got maybe some new skills or some new animations over here on the right-hand side. That middle skill and the right skill both look new. Also, the far right bottom skill. That looks okay. This is cool. This is cool. Let's see what we see from the second screenshot. Looks like it's just an in-action photo. That looks like a massive beam. Is that maybe Divine Ire going off with a new MTX effect? No. Maybe. I don't know. Look at the monolith. This is the monolith essentially breaking, and these, I think, are the Legion waking up to fight us, as it were. Okay. And third screenshot. Oh, there's Fireball with, I believe that's GMP linked. And there's a bunch of archers about ready to go at you. I wonder if they attack the monolith, if the monolith is the timer, or if we'll just have like an incursion-style timer over our heads kind of going off, maybe. Huh, that'll be interesting. The Domain of Timeless Conflict. Enemies from each of the 5 Legion drop splinters, which combine together to form an emblem of that Legion. This is Breach 2.0! That's what this is! This is Breach 2.0, boys. This is great. Place 2 or more emblems from different legions in a map device to gain access to the Domain of Timeless Conflict, where the eternal battle between these legions rage. Unlock the upgraded map device in order to fight in the ultimate conflict between all 5 legions. We can do the battle of 5 armies? What? This is amazing. Unlock the upgraded map device. Okay, so we've got Timeless Maraketh. We've got Timeless Templar. We've got another Timeless Templar. This is an emblem versus a splinter. Okay, and a Karui emblem. Okay, interesting. What is this big old monster? What is that? That's new. Whatever it is, that's new. That's a big old monster, and he's new. Is this cycloning, or maybe this is a new skill using both swords? And what are these guys floating around? That's a new effect. That might even be an entirely new monster. Those look like mermaids, merpeople, maybe-ish, because that's hair, not cloaks. Maybe it's cloak and hair, or maybe they're tentacle people. I don't know. Maybe they're like Uber or like Elder influenced people. That'd be interesting. Okay, here's the map receptacle. Here's the upgraded map device, which has 5 slots. Okay, that's interesting. This looks like it's in the Templar Laboratory. Okay, cool. I'm digging it. So we've got new endgame content. We've got a battle of 5 armies. We've got 5 different legions that we can combine and fight. Legion item rewards. Some Legion monsters display symbols indicating the specific items they drop. Oh, there's an indicator on what, so that way we can actually tell, hey, do I want to open this thing or open this thing? That's awesome. So maybe there's a little bit of targeted farming that can go on. Maybe not everything will be RNG related. Maybe not everything. Skilled players will focus on freeing the monsters that maximize the type of rewards they are seeking. Certain monsters can drop incubation items, which modify a piece of equipment to guarantee a certain reward after you have killed a specific number of monsters. Okay, so the Ornate Incubator. Add an incubated valuable currency item to an equipable item. Item drops after killing 1,000 monsters. So you right-click this item, then left-click an item to apply it. The incubated item drops after killing a specific number of monsters. So it's like almost like a rampage. Like, this is great because this is pack size. This is everything. This is like hey, you have to kill enough stuff to get these certain rewards. This is everything that we've been saying since the pack size nerfs that have gone on during the 3.0 expansion. This is fantastic. The Divineer's Incubator adds an incubated divination card to an equipable item. Item drops after killing 500 monsters. Cool. Harbinger's Incubator adds an incubated Harbinger item to an equipable item after killing 5,000 monsters. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we now have, I don't want to say scarabs, but like we have like item scarabs where we can target farm specific currency and target farm certain types of items. This is fascinating. Doing Bank of Exile videos this league is going to be really interesting if these things are anywhere close to being scarabs. Scarabs really changed the way how things worked with their introduction in Betrayal and really shaped the economy. These things look awesome. Take a look at this Nagahamu's Flame. This is one that has been incubated, and so you can see the tag that says Incubating Unique Weapon at the very bottom, and it says level 68 plus monster kills. It's got a tag. It adds a tag to how many monsters you need to kill with the weapon. This looks cool. This doesn't just look like, oh, go do your chores and kill X number of monsters and bring me back, you know, a rose petal to get them to leave my pumpkins alone. This looks awesome. This looks like, hey, get into a map with a bunch of pack size and go to town. Okay, here's the Loath Medallion. It's got increased spell damage, increased accuracy. That's a ton of accuracy. Global crit multi, max energy shield, maximum life, and then it's incubating a Harbinger item, which you need to kill 5,000 enemies, 5,000 monster kills in order for that thing to hatch. That is really cool. So that way, like, it gives you an investment level. I'm just going to leave this up for just a second. It gives you an investment level of an attachment level, a relationship between you and a specific item. Because now, yes, there are times where we're mapping and we're like, oh, I'm set and I've got my uniques and these are the things that I'm going to use, and so I'm going to incubate this particular thing because I'm definitely going to keep this thing around for a while. But now this gives us like an option or a choice to go, hey, how long do I want to be attached to this weapon? I wonder how this will work for selling. I wonder if we'll be able to incubate weapons and then sell certain weapons and search for like incubated weapons that are close to being, you know, completed. If that'll be any kind of value, if there will be any kind of market for that. That's really fascinating. Incubating items and developing a story. Like, I can already hear people from the G3 community like, oh yeah, there was this one time where I had an incubated unique weapon or an incubated rare and I didn't want to sell it. Or conversely, I had this really crappy weapon that I incubated with a really good incubator and so I kept using it because I wanted it to fully hatch, as it were. That's really cool. The Chia Pet League, as it were, for our items. Okay, Legion Jewels. From each of the 5 legions, it's possible to earn a specific unique jewel that can be socketed into your passive skill tree. Each of the 5 jewels modifies nearby passive skills in different ways, providing completely new character customization options if you are skilled enough to acquire one. Okay, so let's look. Here's Glorious Vanity. It gives you limited to 1. It's called Historic. Its radius is large. Okay, so limited to 1 Historic. So maybe they're like historic jewels? So maybe there are some that aren't historic that we wouldn't be limited to? Interesting. Bathed in the blood of 5,000 and... What? 5,173 sacrificed in the name of Doriani. Passives in radius are conquered by the Vol. Historic? What? They believed themselves the pinnacle of civilization, but that height toppled their empire. Place into an allocated socket on the passive tree. Yeah, we get that. What does that mean? Passives and radius are conquered by the Vol. Does this Vol corrupt your passive tree? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm like screeching and I'm out of control here. I'm sorry. I really feel bad for your ears right now, YouTube. This is what? Unannounced timeless jewel, unannounced timeless jewel, unannounced timeless jewel, unannounced timeless jewel. Okay. Can we vol our passive tree now? I don't even know. Okay. We're just going to keep reading. We're excited and we're going to keep reading. We'll get more details in the days to come. Melee combat revamp. We've addressed most of the core issues with melee combat in Path of Exile. You can now cancel attack animations after they deal their damage. Whoa! Okay, that's big. That's going to be a big skill gap now in Path of Exile. Movement skills are now all instant, and new low-level movement skills have been added for many classes. Hey, that's cool. All melee attacks can now hit multiple adjacent enemies. Wow, okay, so increased AoE is just like, it's just like added on to all of the melee skills. Interesting. The animation system has been overhauled. The monster targeting rules improved, and accuracy is no longer capped at 95%. Okay, so we can go up to 100%, which we saw them change that with crit. We saw them change that with crit to go from a minimum threshold of 5% to and a 95% maximum threshold to 0 to 100 as a true scale. So they're doing the same thing with accuracy. There are more changes to melee combat than are possible to list here, but these changes, plus a rebalance of most melee skills, create an entirely new combat experience. Yeah, the animation on the trailer looked amazing. Okay, new build archetypes. We just talked about this earlier on, talking about the archetypes that they use to test out and try different builds, and sure enough, we've got some new build archetypes. The new Blood and Sand Gladiator archetype. Hey, all those of you that commented on the video about gladiators. The new Blood and Sand Gladiator archetype can switch between Blood Stance and Sand Stance, dynamically modifying the function of new and existing skills. The new Rage Berserker. Hey, shout out to all those Berserker. The new Berserker archetype revamps the rage system and introduces new skills that generate or consume rage. These powerful archetypes and their new skills offer additional options for many other Path of Exile builds. All right, let's take a look at this first one. Blood and Sand skills. 2 new reservation effects let you switch between blood and sand stances. New and reworked skills have different behavior in each stance, like Blade Storm, which causes bleeding blood storms in Blood Stance and blinding sandstorms in Sand Stance. Okay, cool. Sounds exciting. We'll see if they turn out to be banners or if they turn out to be mandatory auras. We'll see. Defensive and mobility skills, Dash and Seal Skin, let you instantly respond to dangerous enemy attacks by avoiding them or protecting you from damage. Okay, cool. I'm going to assume Steel Skin is the one that protects you from damage and Dash is the one that relocates you. And then what's this third image here? Rage skills. 2 new attack skills will let you easily generate rage, a stacking buff that gives powerful attack bonuses and no longer has a downside? Okay. Yeah, that's going to be balanced. The Berserk skill will now let you consume this rage for massive bonus. The Berserk skill? Really? Okay, all of you anime Berserk fans, raise your hand. You can now roleplay as Guts. A new aura and support gems will further enhance this melee playstyle. Okay, there you go. That's if you wanted to cosplay as Guts, now's the time to do it. All right, early game monster rebalance. With all the melee combat improvements, players can now dodge out of the way of attacks easily. We have taken advantage of this by rebalancing monster attacks that used to have poor signaling to now have a wind-up. This rebalance extends to improving monster AI and boss fights throughout the early campaign. Okay, that's cool. So Hail Rake, you might be able to predict Glacial Cascade from Hail Rake a little bit better. Powerful new items. Okay, I'm scrolling over this, but it's not an item yet. Alongside 14 new divination cards. That's exciting. Path of Exile Legion contains 12 new unique items for you to discover. In addition, we have chosen 15 existing unique items that are themed around Legion's 5 armies and have rebalanced them so that they have become more powerful rewards to find in the new league. Okay, that's okay by me. Let's take a look here. We've got Dark Dreams, which is a 4-stack card. It gives you a bone helmet that will be Elder influenced. Okay, cool. We've got the Alluring Bounty, which drops 10 Exalted Orbs. It is a 7-stack Div card. Bye-bye, Abandoned Wealth. Bye-bye, Saint's Treasure. I'm farming this bad boy this league. The Alluring Bounty. 10x when you turn in 7 of them. Oh, man, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Arakuna's Will? Akuna's Will? Akuna Matata? Is that what this is? Like, is that a reference to Akuna's Will? Like, is that what this is? It gives you dex, increased cast speed, increased evasion and energy shield, raise zombies. A zombie buff! Raise zombies have 97% increased maximum life. Raise zombie does not require a corpse, and your raise zombies count as corpses. So if you need corpse effects to detonate stuff, you can use this. Oh, that's yay! The Summoner caster just got a buff. Okay, the Maw of Conquest, a steel circlet. Increased critical strike chance for spells. It's a flat energy shield based helm. It gives you a bunch of increased energy shield locally. Gives you some flat life. You are now unaffected by poison, and 13% of damage taken gained as life over 4 seconds when hit. 13% of damage taken, gained his life over 4 seconds when hit. Okay, flasks. Remember those of you that have been around the channel long enough ago when we were talking about how flasks got nerfed, and they nerf flasks so that way they said when they nerf flasks, hey, flasks are constraining the way how we design items because people can be invulnerable with them, and we feel like we can't design as fun items because we have to take into account whenever we design something that flask can make you essentially invulnerable. That sort of thing is a byproduct of this. We are now seeing the fruition of them of GGG getting to develop now without having to worry about flasks. That looks pretty cool. Also, the Wrathpith Globe, I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure. It's a titanium spirit shield. It gives you energy shield, chance to block. It gives you 10% chance to block spell damage, increased energy shield, increased maximum life, just 10% increased maximum life. That's huge. Sacrifice 4% of your life when you use or trigger a spell skill. Whoa! 2% increased critical strike chance for spells per maximum 100 life. Per 100 maximum life. 2% increased spell damage per 100 maximum life. Okay, so this is the life stacking. This is Dark Pact. This is Dark Pact's favorite shield now. That's what this is. It can crit and it gives you spell damage. Dark Pact is gonna love this. The Wrathpith Globe Titanium Spirit Shield. Looks like Energy Shield and Life are both gonna have some really fun options this league. Lavinia's Wisdom. It is a Warhammer, a one-handed mace, required level 20, so it is a leveling drop. Gives you reduced enemy stun threshold, gives you increased flat physical damage, it gives you just flat maximum life, flat maximum mana, gives you 5% reduced movement speed, and gives you a bunch more area of effect and a bunch more area damage. And then Vol's Protector, the Holy Chainmail, has also been reworked. It gives you increased armor and energy shield. It gives you 50% reduced mana and gain a power charge for each enemy you hit with a critical strike, and gives you inner conviction. All right, cool. So I like it. The highlights right here, alluring bounty. Like that might become like, I might need to just run out and make an image of that and throw that on the Discord servers so we have an alluring bounty emoji, because that's what I'm going to be farming for. Okay, Legion supporter packs. We're also launching 2 sets of Legion supporter packs alongside this league, the Cult of Darkness and Blood Knight packs. There are 2 price points available for each, and they feature masses of points alongside new armor sets and other exclusive cosmetic microtransactions. Path of Exile Legion will launch on June 7th, PDT on PC, and June 10th on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Okay, let's go and take a look at the different Legion supporter packs. I always like to give you guys a heads up about supporter packs before we chat any more about this, before we look in detail anymore. Here's my stance on supporter packs. If you support something that a free-to-play game does, then that's great. You want to be a part of that. As you're able to purchase stuff in-game that helps support the game, then that's great. You shouldn't feel bad about purchasing stuff in the game, and you probably should spend some money towards a game if you're getting thousands of hours out of it like I have. That's one of the reasons why I buy supporter packs pretty regularly. That being said, don't buy a supporter pack until you've actually interacted with the product of the game itself. So, I'll give you a quick example. Sometimes leagues are great. Sometimes leagues aren't that great. One of the best ways to tell GGG whether or not you like a league is to purchase a supporter pack after a league has been launched, because it literally tells them their metrics. Hey, players who play this section of our league also purchase this amount of stuff, which is good. If you purchase a supporter pack prior to actually playing the league, like if you just go out and buy a supporter pack right now, what you've done is you've communicated nothing to the development of the game. You have, however, communicated to GGG that they've done a great job marketing the game. Okay, do you see the distinction there? When you pre-purchase something, right, or support something that you haven't actually gotten to try, what you are doing is you are communicating that you're on board with the marketing and the sales team that is behind the hype machine of the product, not the product itself. You haven't actually interacted with the product itself. So just think about that as we're looking at these different supporter packs. That's my little disclaimer, my little word of wisdom. If you like Legion, that's great. Let's play it, let's buy it, let's support GGG, and let's tell them that we really love this style of content. If, however, you might have buyer's remorse because maybe you went out and you were really, really hyped for Synthesis and you bought it and then you didn't like Synthesis, just as a recent example. Anyway, just my word of wisdom, word of warning to all of us out there. Okay, so here we go. We're proud to announce the Legion supporter packs. There are 2 pairs of packs available that can help you celebrate the release of Legion Challenge League with many exclusive effects. Each of the 2 pair has different content, so you can choose whichever one or both if you prefer. You can upgrade from the cheaper one in a pair to the more expensive one later. That's really cool. Here is the Cult of Darkness supporter pack. This is for $30. It gives you 250 points. Gives you a supporter forum title, also gives you the weapon effect, as well as a darkness pet, and you get some digital soundtrack, as well as a portrait frame. That's pretty cool. Here's the Cult of Apocalypse supporter pack. It gives you 550 points. It costs 60. It gives you a supporter forum title. It gives you an armor pack. It gives you an apocalypse hood, a darkness weapon effect, a portrait, a pet, another portrait frame in addition to that, as well as extended digital soundtrack. The Blood Knight supporter, this looks pretty cool right here. 250 points, Blood Knight supporter forum title, Blood Knight weapon effect, Blood Knight wings, Blood Knight portrait frame, and Legion League extended digital soundtrack. I'm already liking this one a little bit better, the Blood Knight, as opposed to the Cult of Apocalypse or Cult of Darkness. But that's just me. I like the red. I don't think I have much stuff that's in red. And the Blood Guardian supporter, which is $60, 550 points. Blood Guardian supporter forum, Blood Knight weapon effect, Blood Guardian armor pack, which is cool, and Blood Guardian portrait frame, as well as the extended digital soundtrack as well. That looks pretty cool. I like those wings. Those wings look pretty dang awesome. Okay, and then of course there is the core supporter pack, which is still in effect, and there's a whole bunch of other supporter packs. But that's what we'll say about supporter packs. No more of my ancient G3 Iron wisdom. Okay, so here we go, folks. Legion launches June 7th. Those of you that have been around the channel long enough, you know the drill. Pretty much whenever we get news about teases, about divination cards, about items, about mechanics, about patch notes, all of that good stuff, we're going to come out and do our best to present that information to you and to dissect it as quickly as we can in the moment. So feel free to leave us a comment down below about what your reactions are to Legion. Of course, I'm hype. I'm a little reservedly hype. No, I'm not reservedly hype. Today, I'm just hype. Maybe tomorrow I'll get reserved, but today I'm just hype because this looks awesome. Yes, we were saying that about Synthesis. Yes, people have said that about every league that has been poorly received. But again, hats off and well done by the marketing team, because this looks great as a marketing product. There's going to be all kinds of articles that are coming out over the next several days because the media agreements to stay silent have now been lifted, and so we can read all about the different mechanics and the different experiences that different media members have had as they are playing through Path of Exile Legion on the test server, which is really exciting. But we'll, of course, be covering all of that in the countdown over the next 16 days, 22 hours, 28 minutes, and 45 seconds. As always, thanks so much for watching. I look forward to reading all of your comments and sharing the excitement with you, and I hope that a Mirror of Calandra will drop for you during Path of Exile Legion League.
Nice patrons, yes, good patrons. They're so kind and supportive.
I can't believe you watched that thing. That was a good job. You did it. You got through the whole video. Yay.